So mains electricity is the electricity that you get when you plug any appliance into the wall into your home. And what you'll notice about the plugs in the UK is they have 3 pins, and that's to do with the 3 wires that are inside the plug that connects to the mains electricity. So you need to know what each of those wires are and how they work. So the first one that you should be aware of is this brown wire over here, and this is what we call the live wire. So the live wire is actually used to carry the alternating potential difference from the supply. So if you think about it, you have this supply voltage being transported to your home, and the brown wire is the one that actually connects to that supply voltage. Okay, and if you remember from a previous video, the supply potential difference is always alternating. Okay, that is the role of the brown wire, and that's what we call the live wire. The next wire we're going to look at is the next one up, is the blue wire over here, and this is what we call the neutral wire. So the neutral wire is there to essentially complete the circuit. So if you imagine you have your live wire connected to your appliance, and the neutral wire is connected from the appliance back to the supply, and essentially this is usually at 0 volts, and the live wire, because it's connected to the mains electricity supply, then this will usually be at 230 volts. If you remember, the alternating potential difference was at 230 volts for the mains electricity. The neutral wire then is there to complete the circuit and usually carries close to 0 volts. The next thing is the last cable over here, and this is actually what we call the earth. And the function of the earth is there to be a safety feature. And what it does is it prevents the appliance becoming live. So the earth will connect to the appliance, and essentially if any voltage or potential difference goes into the appliance casing itself and the appliance becomes charged, then the earth wire will carry that voltage away, and therefore it stops the appliance becoming live, particularly the casing becoming live. And this is particularly relevant when you've got, for example, a metal casing. So in a lot of toasters, you might see they're made out of metal on the outside, and potentially could conduct that electricity. So the earth wire is there to make sure that if any potential difference gets into the casing, will be carried away by that earth wire. And so usually this is at 0 volts, but it will carry a voltage if there's a fault. What we can say is if no fault, then this will be at 0 volts. Okay, so there you have the roles of each wire, each different type of wire. You can see the brown one is a live, the blue one is a neutral, the earth wire is this yellow and green striped one, and you can see the relative voltages for each of them there. And one thing to note here is that the live is at a potential of 230 volts, and essentially the difference between the live wire and earth is approximately 230 volts usually, because the earth is usually going to be at 0 volts. And what that means is that the live wire can be dangerous even when you're don't actually have the switch being switched on. And so if you have an exposed live wire, this can be very dangerous, because if you touch it, the potential difference between you uncharged person and that live wire is going to be about 230 volts, so you could get quite a nasty electric shock. Okay, so those are the 3 wires you need to know about for the purposes of mains electricity. And now let's go into some questions to see what you remember. Okay, so those are the questions. Feel free to pause the video and have a go as usual. Okay, question 1, let's go through the answers now. What is the name of the green and yellow wire? Well, the green and yellow striped wire is what we call the earth. What is the function of the earth wire? Is it A, to connect to the supply, B, as a safety feature, or C, to complete the circuit? Well, it is actually B, to act as a safety feature. The one that connects to the supply is the live wire, that's designed to carry the supply voltage, and the one that completes the circuit is the neutral wire. And what color is the live wire? Well, the live wire is actually the one that's brown, and so you can see the green and yellow striped one is the earth, the brown wire is the live, and the one that's missing is the neutral wire, and that is blue. Okay, so hopefully you got all those correct, and I'll see you in the next one.